Spider-Man Outlaws, Season 1, Episode 22, a fanfiction Spider-Man podcast created by Josh Dowd. This episode's called Mysterio's Sinister Six. We start this episode with Mysterio and his Sinister Six. Rhino, Shocker, Lizard, Madam Mask, and a confused Doc Ock, who is Peter Parker trapped in his body but hasn't realized it just yet. Mysterio has stolen tech from Doom Industries and they are fleeing through the city being pursued by the Scarlet Spider-Man. Mysterio sits in the passenger seat, projecting a holographic map of the city, while Rhino drives. Mysterio says,
"We have a 3-minute window before the New York Police Department gridlocks our escape routes. Execute precision, not chaos."
"You want precision? Then you shouldn't have put me behind the wheels."
Or put a lunatic lizard in the back seat.
Inside the vehicle, Lizard snarls, chewing on a half-melted metal crate.
Hurry up, Hornhead. The cops are gaining on us.
My back. You guys, something isn't right.
Open up the doors and I'll get them off our tail.
The Lizard opens up the back doors and Shocker arms his blasters around his wrist and fires multiple shots with both arms. When Madam Mask sees this, she joins in on the fun and starts shooting her gun at the cops as well. Between the two of them, they headshot a cop and blow up 2 of the 6 police vehicles that are pursuing them. Mysterio says,
"Nice shooting, but allow me to perform the next trick."
Rhino weaves in and out of traffic, and Mysterio throws 3 of his cubes instead of 1. As they hit the ground, the police lose sight of what's happening and slam on their brakes in terror from what they are seeing.
"Keep the car steady, you nincompoop."
Look at the size of me, and look at the size of this car. You could have clearly picked anybody else to drive. You made your decision now, live with it.
What did you just do to them?
I have thrown the cubes that I have created. When it stops rolling, it augments the reality around to whoever may see it.
What do you mean, augment?
It changes.
To what?
It changes the reality based on how the cube is rolled. There are 6 sides to a cube, and there are 6 different perceptions that can come out of it.
My head is killing me, and my gut is telling me that something here isn't right, but I can't remember a thing.
Hey, Doc, you don't look too good. Are you alright?
I'm afraid I have amnesia. I can't recall anything.
That's because you were taking the pills that the guards were feeding you. They were suppressed any independent thoughts that we may have. You may have lost yourself, but don't worry, little buddy, it's not permanent.
You guys, look up ahead. It's the Webhead. He's coming for us.
Let him come. I anticipated him showing up.
From the top of a skyscraper, we see the Scarlet Spider-Man, a.k.a. Ben Reilly, swinging on a web through his city. He was pursuing the Sinister Six, but had just gotten enough momentum to catch up with them. He lands on their vehicle with a and says,
"So, this is what you guys do on a Friday night? You should have stayed in prison." "At last! Ha! I had you pegged for stopping us 4 minutes and 20 seconds ago. You're losing your touch, wall crawler." "Hey, Mysterio, you forgot to use your turn signal. And also the part where you don't commit felonies. Pull over before I have to web you into a yoga pose."
Sorry, Spider, but that's not the pose I'm looking for.
Madam Mask shoots her gun at the direction of Scarlet Spider, but his spider sense kicks in, and he manages to dodge all of the shots she fires at him. Rhino says, "Crap! He's on the vehicle! We are so screwed!"
Shut up. Don't panic. We prepared for this.
This definitely isn't how Uber works. Pull over, Rhino, before I give you a 1-star concussion.
Do it, you won't. You're all talk.
You may have been able to beat us 1-on-1, but let's see how you handle Mysterio's Sinister Six.
Scarlet Spider uses impact webbing to blind Rhino's windshield. Then he goes over to Rhino's window and shatters it with just 1 punch. Next, he would grab the steering wheel, but Rhino wouldn't be able to move his hands from it, so Spider-Man would just web yank it. So Rhino would veer in the right direction, crashing the truck into parked taxis and knocking himself out of it. The next one out of the crashed vehicle is Shocker, who steps out unleashing multiple vibrational blasts, saying,
"Here comes the shock of your life."
Scarlet Spider, a.k.a. Ben Reilly, reflects one of the blasts with his web shield. It's part of the newest additions he's made to his suit. He then leaps off a lamppost and web yanks Shocker's gauntlets, causing a power feedback and knocking him unconscious.
2 down, 4 to go.
As he gets to the downed vehicle, the door flings open and the lizard leaps on top of him, but he kicks him off, sending him flying backwards. Doc Ock just stands there for a moment as the Scarlet Spider tries to punch and kick him, but he manages to dodge the attacks as a warning inside of Doc Ock's head occurs before the Scarlet Spider can land any of his attacks. He says,
Wait. Why am I running? Why am I running? That's spider sense. I have spider sense? This can't be happening. What did Parker do? When I look at my reflection, I'm Doc Ock. Wait, how do I know that?
Whoa, what the?
A piercing ringing sound can be heard from within each of their heads. This causes the Scarlet Spider to grab his head and fall to his knees and cover his ears, while Octavius covers his ears but starts to flee away. Ben notices Madame Mask and Mysterio are also retreating, but they're all going in different directions. As the Scarlet Spider sees this, he thinks to himself,
Octavius is off. Why is he dodging me like me? And Madame Mask is probably getting into a better position for her attack. I couldn't help but notice that Mysterio was carrying something as he fled. I wonder what that was.
Before Ben can follow up, the lizard comes out of nowhere and tackles him from behind and starts punching him in the chest and face.
14 months, 2 days. That's how long I've been locked up thanks to you.
I think you have me confused with the other guy. You know, the clone.
It doesn't matter which one I kill. You took my job, my family, my life away. Allow me to return the favor.
The lizard continues to punch Spider-Man repeatedly, but as he is doing so, he perched his head up into the air and licks his chops and begins to move swiftly to jump down on the Scarlet Spider. But just in the nick of time, and carefully aiming, the Scarlet Spider throws a flash bomb inside the lizard's mouth, causing him to choke on the smoke and the bomb. The lizard spits the pieces out as he swings his arms frantically around. This causes the Scarlet Spider to escape, and with the smoke blinding him, he doesn't see where the Scarlet Spider goes. We see the Scarlet Spider is on top of the roof, adjusting his web shooters so he can create a web cable. He quickly jumps down and ties them around the lizard's limbs. The lizard says,
This isn't over, Spider-Man. I will break free.
Yeah, I don't think so, Doc. This was designed with you in mind.
Next, Spidey webs to a nearby crane and operates the wrecking ball to swing it directly into the lizard, KOing him. Scarlet Spider says,
Can we not play Jurassic Park tonight, Connors? Yeah, thanks.
Next, Scarlet Spider spins a web from his wrist and launches himself into the air and begins to talk to himself.
All right, 3 down, 3 to go. I just need to find Doc Ock, Madame Mask, and Mysterio. All right, I can do this. Let's fucking go, baby! Woo!
The Scarlet Spider webs himself to the highest vantage point nearby to see if he can see any of the remaining 3. As he lands on the flagpole and begins to look around, he is shot by Madame Mask in the arm. He says,
Oh, shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name.
You are so annoying with your singing and your quips. It will be a great honor when I kill you.
Madame Mask continues to fire multiple shots at Spider-Man, but she's too quick to waste her bullets. She says,
I heard a rumor that you're a clone. Scarlet Spider. Is it true?
Depends on what you believe.
I choose to believe what I see with my eyes, which is you're a clone. You're really, really a clone. Ha ha!
Well, my eyes want to know, am I fighting the bodyguard or the drama queen?
She fires her twin blasters, cutting through the air, as Scarlet Spider flips upward, clinging to the ceiling, and then webs her pistols, yanking them out of her hands.
First rule of Fancy Heist, don't bring gold to a web fight.
Rule number 2, never take on a battle you can't win.
She pulls out 2 hidden daggers and hurls one. Spider-Man dodges it, but the second one manages to cut his other arm, drawing blood.
Third rule, never underestimate a woman in a mask.
She rushes into him, and she's well trained in the arts of combat. She throws a sharp, brutal elbow into his jaw and into his ribs, and Scarlet Spider stumbles. He says,
Okay, wow. They teach Krav Maga at criminal finishing school now?
No, they teach survival.
He grabs a fallen statue base and starts swinging, but Madame Mask dodges and gives Scarlet Spider an uppercut jab to his face, then backwood flips away. But Spider-Man spins a web from his wrist and pegs her as she is flipping backwards and pulls her back to him and punches her solid in the chest, causing her to fly backwards into a hydrant, slamming into a car. As she rises, she taps her mask and a holographic decoy runs and flickers as she runs left.
Illusions? Huh? You really are slumming it with Mysterio, aren't you?
Both her and the decoy begin to fire their weapons at Scarlet Spider, but he leaps to the ceiling and lunges backwards. He used his web ricochet to rebound her own shots back at her, and fires a weapon at, and manages to catch both the real Madam Mask and the decoy. The real one yelps as she's yanked into a stone pillar and knocked out cold. Scarlet Spider approaches the unconscious Madam Mask, binding her hands and feet to reinforced webbing. He says,
Sorry, lady. Style points, A+. But it's gonna take a lot more than a gold-plated ego and a Blade Runner trick to take me down.
We should have never split up. That was our fatal mistake. Damn you, Mysterio!
What was Mysterio after? Tell me now.
It was some type of tech to locate someone special.
Yeah, but why?
The only intel I can gather is that he was paid handsomely by someone who wanted this done.
Alright, 4 down, 2 to go. Just gotta find Fishbowl Face and Sign Squid.
Mysterio, having used a hologram decoy to distract Ben during the battle, escapes unnoticed and recovered Doc Ock, who's too mentally conflicted to resist. They make it all the way to the dock and board a stealth boat, hidden by fog and illusion, by Mysterio, who generated this earlier. As the boat pulls away, Ben swings in too late, landing on the pier. He scans the fog-covered river. We see Doc Ock and Mysterio on the boat watching him, when Doc Ock says,
Crap, he's right there. He's gonna see us.
Fat chance! I threw one of my cubes down. The only thing he will see is fog.
So, let me ask you, why have you spared me?
I didn't. The others never made it back. You have proven how valuable and crafty you can be, Otto.
I don't even know what's happening to me. I have these memories, but they're not mine.
You need to relax, Doctor. You're going through something. And when you finally wake up, we'll reshape the world together.
On the coastline, we see Scarlet Spider trying anything and everything in his power to find them, but nothing works. His eyes narrowed and he says,
Smart move, Beck. But next time, I'm breaking the fishbowl.
Uptown in Manhattan, we join Silvermane at Miles Warren's lab. He stands in front of a completed version of the tablet at a time, his aged body trembling with both anticipation and desperation. With him is his daughter Alicia, Hammerhead, Tombstone, and of course, Miles Warren. Alicia stands beside him, visibly worried, while Hammerhead and Tombstone watch with anticipation. Miles Warren is hunched near a console of strange scientific devices laced with cables strapped into the tablet. Alicia says,
Are we sure about this? This thing's not even fully translated.
I've waited 92 years for this moment. Do you know what the Aztecs used this for?
For decoration?
Wasn't it some type of weird blood sacrificing ritual?
Idiots! They held sacred contests once every century. The brutal test of will and skill, and the victor was rewarded with eternal youth, immortality. Not a metaphor, not a myth. Science and magic forged in blood.
I don't know, boss. Feels like we're poking at something that we might not want to be poking at.
Oh, come on, Hammerhead. What's the worst thing that could happen?
I've run every test possible, every simulation. The energy signature matches regenerative biomatter. This is the real deal. It's now or never.
Silvermane places his hands on the tablet, and it flares up, unnaturally pulsating with light. A low hum builds into a deeper vibrational roar, and Silvermane says,
It's happening. I can feel it. Oh.
His body begins to contour. Muscles tighten, joints crack in reverse, and his hair darkens. For a moment, it works, and he begins to look years younger.
Daddy? Holy crap, you look like you did when I was a kid.
But then something goes wrong, and his skin begins to turn pale, blister, and melt. His voice turns into a grueling scream.
No, this wasn't.
He collapses into a steaming puddle of white organic sludge, and Alicia screams, stumbling backwards as Hammerhead and Tombstone stare in belief. Miles Warren says,
Fascinating. It literally de-aged him to become a pile of sperm.
So, who's running the family now?
Huh, looks like a puddle of yogurt to me. Guess I win the next sit-down.
This isn't death, it's regression. His cellular structure has been reverted to primordial genetic matter. Pure potential.
Miles Warren quickly begins scooping up the substance of what was Silvermane and puts it into a containment vial. Alicia, who's horrified, says,
What are you doing? That's my father.
He's not gone. Not entirely. With the right host, he could be reborn.
What do you mean, host?
Warren turns and looks at Alicia slowly, with his eyes gleaming behind his glasses.
I imagine the same way we brought Ben into this world, but we'll need a genetic match. You, Alicia, you're his blood.
You want to clone him from me?
It's not just science, it's legacy. Your father entrusted you with his future, and I wouldn't say clone. Essentially, the process would be the same as if a man had impregnated you the natural way.
Alicia backs away, but behind her, Hammerhead and Tombstone block the exit.
I'm sorry, kid. Boss had a plan. We're just following orders.
Family first, right? Warren steps forward with a needle filled with Silvermane's liquefied cells. The light from the tablet flickers again, casting long shadows. We see Alicia scream, saying,
You're insane!
Insanity built the future. Now, Alicia, let's bring your father home.
Alicia screams, crying, as Miles Warren works on bringing Silvermane back.